Hello and welcome to episode 98 of Raw on Score, the trivia podcast where you don't need a pen and paper. I mean, it's not like they're banned, but you don't need them. I am the Quizzard, and I swear this is the last intro I talk about my honeymoon to Africa for a few episodes, but man, you all need to go to Africa. It was so much fun. Check out Devil's Pool at Victoria Falls, look up some images. You legit hang over the edge of this huge waterfall while you trust your entire life on two people swimming against the current of the waterfall and just holding onto your feet. I had gastro at the time, so I was both figuratively and literally pooping my pants. Also, if you haven't been on safari, pack your bags and go now. I thought it was going to be drive around for an hour, look for a giraffe, see one in the distance, but it was literally bam, 10 elephants 2 meters away, bam, lion eating an antelope, bam, speed through a herd of zebras in your safari truck at full speed and hope they just move out of the way. Cape Town was also the best. Table Mountain is probably the most amazing natural thing I've ever seen, and Egypt was so good. I knew I would love the pyramids and temples and stuff, but I didn't realise I would love the people and the food. It was by far the best trip I've ever been on. Okay, you guys can stop hearing about my honeymoon, at least for a little while now. We are scoring out of 35 points as usual with 20 single-point questions in the question round, a stupidly hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round which is worth 5 points as well. This week, the game is Quizzard Can't Count. In this game, I'm going to make a counting mistake throughout the question round. For example, I might say question 10 is question 2. Your job is to pick up on that mistake. If you do, you get 5 points. Alright, so remember to listen for a counting mistake in the question numbers in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. Beijing is the capital city of which country? China. Question 2. Classic Coke is the best-selling variant of Coca-Cola worldwide. Which variant is the second best-selling? Coke Zero Sugar. Anyone else miss Lime Coke? That was the stuff. Question 3. Which element is named after the creator of the periodic table? Mendelevium, named after Dmitry Mendeleev. Question 4. What colours appear on the flag of Finland? It's white and blue in a weird off-centre cross. Question 5. What number model of the Apple iPhone came out in September 2025? It was the iPhone 17. Question 16. Who sung the 1979 song Highway to Hell? AC/DC. But did you notice I said question 16 instead of question 6? I will admit that writing that down seemed much more sneaky than it felt reading it out, but who knows, I might have gotten someone. You get 5 points if you caught me there. Kind of tried to leave a little gap between 6 and teen to catch some people out, but honestly, just take your 5 points. Question 7. On October 19, 2025, 4 people audaciously carried out a heist at which famous location? The Louvre. This really made me want to plan my own heist. I reckon I could at least get a cool Roman coin or something. Question 8. What 2-letter word refers to cattle trained as draft animals? Ox. Question 9. John Dorian is the main character in which TV show? Scrubs, you might know him better as JD. New season of Scrubs coming out soon apparently. I'm not sure whether to be excited or very worried that they completely stuff it up. let's be real, it's probably the latter. Question 10. Which band had the albums Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, and The Black Album? Metallica. Metallica was like my gateway drug to being into the stupidest, heaviest metal in the world. Question 11. What is the opposite of the word nocturnal? Diurnal. Who knew? Question 12. What is the name of Miley Cyrus's blonde-haired alter ego on her breakout Disney show? Hannah Montana. I always imagine if she had a Hannah Montana revival tour now and made it completely loose and wild like she is, that would be somewhere between really awful and really fun. I'm not sure where it would sit. Question 13. Roughly how many years did the American Civil War last? It went for 4 years. It ran from 1861 to 1865. Question 14. Someone who eats no meat with the exception of fish is known as what? They are known as a pescatarian. I never really understood pescatarians. Like, if you just only like fish, that's totally fine. But if you're morally against eating meat, and for some reason you make an exception for the guys who are ripped out of their homes by a hook in the mouth and left to suffocate, that's weird. Question 15. Which Pixar film follows the characters Mater, Doc Hudson, and Lightning McQueen? Cars. Question 16. In 10-pin bowling, what is known as the most difficult split to spare? A 7-10 split. It's not that hard though, you just got to do a Fred Flintstone and split the bowling ball in half. Question 17. What is the name of Doctor Who's home planet? Gallifrey. Question 18. What is the square root of 121? Question 19. In the board game Battleship, how many ships does each player get? They get 5 ships each. And finally, question 20. Monaco shares a land border with one other country. Which country is it? That country is France. All right, that's it for the questions. I've been a little bit sick this week, but I thought I was safe to sit down and record this episode. And as soon as I got to the question round, my voice started going and my nose started to feel blocked. So sorry you've had to put up with me having to sound like I'm on my deathbed. But don't forget to give yourself the 5 points if you picked up my very, very sneaky counting mistake. Coming up in a moment, we have the stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Who Am I? We haven't done a Who Am I in a while. See you in a moment for that. We're back, and it's time for the question. If you answer 3 times in front of a mirror in a pitch black room, the Quizzard will appear and murder you. The really hard trivia question. All right, I've got a stupidly hard question for you. If you can get this one right, you get 5 points. Earlier, we spoke about the game Battleship having 5 ships. Name the 5 types of ship. Isn't it just Battleship 1, Battleship 2, Battleship 3, Battleship 4, and Battleship 5? Did not realize they had names. But they do. It's on the box. You're not allowed to go get it. Five more seconds. The 5 ships in the game Battleship are a carrier, that's the one with 5 holes, a battleship, that's the one with 4 holes, a cruiser with 3 holes, a submarine with 3 holes, and a destroyer which has 2 holes. Give yourself 5 points if for some reason you know that very specific information. Moving straight on, we have the bonus round of the episode. This week, the bonus round is Who Am I? In this game, I'm going to be someone famous and well known. Your job is to guess who I am. I'm going to give you 5 clues about who I am, with the first clue being very difficult and the last clue being very easy. If you can guess who I am in the first clue, you get 5 points. Second clue, 4 points, then 3 points, 2 points, and for the last clue, you get 1 point. Remember, you can have a guess for every clue, but only 1 guess per clue. So don't feel like you've got to hold on to your guesses until you're sure, but don't waste your guess. Who am I? Starting now. Clue 1 for 5 points. I was born in Germany on the 14th of March 1879 to parents German and Pauline. If you can guess who I am here, you get 5 points. Number 2. For 4 points. When I was very young, my parents worried that I had a learning disability because I was very slow to learn how to talk. When I was 5 years old, my father bought me a compass, something that inspired me in my future career. I realized that something deeply hidden had to be behind things. Number 3 for 3 points. At age 13, my interests broadened to include music and philosophy, especially Kant's critique of pure reason. At the age of 16, I sat the entrance examination for the Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich, Switzerland. I failed to reach the required standard in the general part of the test, but excelled in physics and mathematics. A year later, I was studying these very topics at the same Polytechnic school. Number 4, 2 points if you're right on this clue. I wrote many scientific papers throughout my long career, including a new determination of molecular dimensions and conclusions drawn from the phenomena of capillarity. It's a tricky word. In 1905, I completed the papers on the theory that I'm best known for today. I became known as the world's first celebrity scientist and am now a household name. And number 5, 1 point if you get it in this clue. I am perhaps best known for my special theory of relativity and made significant contributions to quantum theory and even came up with the formula E=mc². I am a madhead scientist with a moustache and was so until I died in April 1955. Who am I? I am Albert Einstein. Man, there were some hard words in there. I've got no one to blame but myself. I wrote it, but I don't know why I do that to myself. I'm not picking a scientist ever again. I'll pick like a play school presenter next or something, so they're all easy words. Don't forget though, tally what you got in that round, add it to your total, and that is it for your score this round. Don't forget, if you find me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you can find me, and leave me a comment or send me a message, I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. This week, I've heard from Rick and Nadia, who scored an 18 and a 16.5. Pat scored a 22. The Tarrawood Propagators scored a 23. Laura scored a 23, and Kuma and Christy, you guessed it, scored a 23. I must have had 23 relatively easy questions last week. One more thing. Alice, you didn't think I forgot your birthday, did you? Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Alice from Tarrawood Propagators, happy birthday to you. Alice, I've got a special gift for you for your birthday as well. You get a coveted bonus point. It is redeemable on episode 1 million of the Raw and Score Trivia podcast, so cherish it. Have a good birthday. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. I'll see you next week with another episode of Raw and Score Trivia. Bye-bye.